Well, hello everybody in third grade. It's Mr. Renner. We are going to be studying some vocabulary today. So you can go ahead and get your notebook out and turn your source book to page 412, 412, and we're going to get started, okay? First of all, this is the 5 words we're going to be looking at today. The first word, atmosphere. An atmosphere, this is a hard word to spell, but it's a really easy concept, actually. Atmosphere is all of the air that is surrounding our planet or any planet. It's called an atmosphere. Because beyond the atmosphere on the other side, there really isn't any air or any kind of gas in space. It's empty. There's no air at all, which is why you can't breathe in space. So once you get to the air, you're in the atmosphere. We are in the atmosphere right now on top of the crust, on top of the earth. Next word is astronomy, the science of the universe. Astronomy. Process is a series of steps taken to complete a task. You can look at this and it almost looks like our job board. Our job board could be called a process. It's just first you do this, then you do this, next you do that. That's called a process. Avoid means to stay away from something or to not do it. That's avoid. And finally, launch. I bet you all kind of know what launch is, or else you can guess from the picture. Launch is to send something into the air or into space. Launching a paper airplane is something that kids like to do, right? So as I said before, we're going to go to page 412 in your source book, and we're going to read a little story about those words, okay? 412, there's called Food That Floats. And I'm just taking a guess right now, but I think these two are in space because in space, everything kind of floats. Things don't, there's no gravity, so things don't get stuck to the ground the way they do here. Food that floats. So imagine before I start reading, how hard would that be to eat if everything was floating and nothing was staying on your plate? What would that be like? What would be some interesting, fun things about that? Tasty treats. Space food is made with a special process, our first word. Again, a special set of steps that you have to do just for food in space. The food does not need to be stored cold. Space shuttles do not carry refrigerators. Astronauts must avoid certain foods, such as salt or crumbly bread. So they have to, when they say they have to avoid certain foods, that means they can't have these certain foods. These foods might float inside the spacecraft and damage it. Astronauts eat food that will not crumble, like tortillas. Their food comes in special packages that won't float away. Astronauts strap meal trays to their laps and enjoy what they can eat. And up here, did you know humans float in space? Astronauts launch into space. That means they get sent into space on a rocket. Once outside of the Earth's atmosphere, gravity cannot pull people and things down. The astronauts float. Even the food floats. From their spaceship, astronauts can observe Earth, the moon, and the many stars. Many astronauts have studied astronomy to prepare them for their flight. Interesting. I wonder what it would be like to try and drink like water up in space. Like it would just float away and would it turn into bubbles or what? I don't know. That is very interesting. So that is our assignment for today. You will have that in your notebook as part of your work today, and I will see you soon. Bye.